So I hope I'm live. Everybody can hear my voice, right? Hello, one, two, three, check. Yeah, my voice is audible. Okay. Okay. So hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In the previous video, we started a new project, which was this task management system that we have created, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to today continue on with the project, and we are going to, start on with the updates, and we will be creating more further updates in that, and we will be checking out what all things we can do in this project. Okay. So without wasting time, let's quickly begin. Okay, so the project is starting. Yeah, it's going to take some time, about 5 minutes, something. So let's do one thing. Let's click on run. And as soon as I will hit on run, it will start debugging over here, right? You can see. Then let me just see what all things we have done and what is left. So then we'll start it again. Okay. Till then, if you are new to the channel, then make sure you subscribe. And if you are liking this video, then yeah, do like and share with the friends so that everybody can see the video, watch the video that we are going to do work on. Okay. So I hope it's going to take about some few minutes over here. Yeah, so it's working. So in this, if I'll check, yeah. So you can see that we have created bottom navigation bar, we have created the app bar, and we have created the Go Premium part as well. Okay. But what we have to do here is we have to work on more projects, like more. We have to create ad list, then we have to create that settings button, that we will be clicking on this and we will be getting our output on settings button, which will, redirect us to the settings page like this over here, which you can see it, this one. And we even have to, do some changes over here. So we are going to do that as well, right? So without wasting time, let's begin. So for that, let me just quickly go back to this home page over here. And inside this home page, we have to go and we have to check few things. Okay, those are what? In this, so I'll come here, and inside the home page, you can see this is the app bar, and here is the functions, right? The Go Premium one. Yeah, so this is the function, and inside this, we have to go to the home page. Yeah. So in the home page, what I have to do here is I have to write on some things as well. So I'll give little margin first from the bottom. Let's give 10 from bottom, right? Yeah. Now after this margin, so after this margin, what I have to do after this padding, what I have to do here is I have to create a container. Okay. So I'll write on a container. Okay. So firstly, just let me remove this const from there. And inside this container, firstly, I'll give a padding. And what padding I'll give? I'll give a padding of const, and inside that I'll write edge insets dot all, and inside the all I'll give a value of 15. So I'm giving a padding of 15 to each and every part. Okay. So this is the padding. Then I'll write child. Then after the child, I'll write text. And inside the text, I can write like this, like your courses, but I'll not prefer your courses over here. I'll prefer task. Yeah. So this task has been written. Then after writing this task, I'll close this container and I'll write expanded. Okay. I'll write expanded. Inside this expanded, I'll write as of now, I'm writing just an empty container. Okay. so that it should not give me that error. I'll head over here, and if I'll reload, then it should work fine. And we will be getting to see our output that I am about to show you guys. Okay. So let me just reload the page first now. Yeah, so you can see that we can see this task written over here, right? Let me just increase the size so that it should look a little big. See, yeah. So you can see that the task is also visible to us, right? But instead of this bold, I'll write W500 because that will look much better. Yeah. So we have get the tasks. Now our job is to get that square boxes for the task, right? So for that, I'll do what? I have to create a separate page for that. That will be named as task. Okay. So I'll go to the widget, and inside the widget, I'm going to write task.dart. Okay. Then I'm going to run tasks.dart. Right. Now inside this task, we are going to create some pages. Okay. So for that, what I'll do here is I'll firstly import package letter material.dart. Okay. Then I'll write a stateless widget, and I'll name it as tasks. Okay. This will be my stateless widget. Okay. And I have to create a list over here. Okay, so that I will allot within a minute. For that, firstly, let me do what is let me quickly create a widget that will return what? That will return a container. That container will be having a padding first of all. So that padding will be edge insets dot symmetric, and that symmetric will be having horizontal horizontal and horizontal will be 50. Okay. So after writing this, I'll write child, and inside the child, I'm going to write grid view because I want to create in the form of a grid. Okay. So I'll show that in the form of a grid. For that, I'm going to create a grid view builder, and inside the grid delegate, I'm going to write still sliver. Let me close this. I'll write sliver grid delegate, and inside that, I'm going to write axis count one. Okay, this one. Okay. Now inside this cross-axis count, it's asking me, so I'll give it a 2 as a cross-axis count. Then main axis spacing should be 10, and the cross-axis spacing should be also 10. Okay. Now what it's asking me the item builder. So inside that item builder, I have to declare some of the icons over here that icon whatever we have over here. So for that, as of now, I can give it as uh, item con okay, so for let me just format it for this item builder. Inside that item builder, I'm going to create a column, and inside the column, inside this, I'm going to write what? I'm going to write context, comma, index. Okay, that means it's going to take the data from that, and inside this, I'm going to write firstly, let me go up and initialize a list. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to initialize a list that will be used to, generate the tasks, or that will be used to give us the data. Okay. So what I'm going to write here is I'm going to write first of all over here, final task list. Okay. So task list equals to task dot generate tasks. Okay, so that is what I'm going to use. And now it's time to initialize this tasks and all. So for this, let me just come down here and I'll initialize a widget, and that widget will be having build BYLD add task. Okay, because inside our file we were having two. First column was having the task, and second column was having task initializer like add a task and something like that. So for that, I'll write return, and we need to import one more thing over here. So we'll go back to pubspec.yaml, and inside this, I'll come up here, little up over here, and I'll write dotted uh, border. Okay, so I'll write dotted border, and this will be its particular version 2.0.3. Okay, so this is the dotted border that we are going to use, and also we are going to use table calendar. Sorry. Okay, so this is the table calendar that we are going to use. Now let's just import all the libraries, whatever we have dependencies that we have imported as of now, and let me move forward over here. Now inside this build app bar, we are going to return dotted border. Okay, we are going to import a dotted border which will be having some child. Now what that child will be, that child will be having center, and inside the center we are going to return an icon. Okay, yeah, this one. And there is one more thing. Border type should be rect, and border radius should be circular. 10, not 10, actually it should be 20. Okay, and the dash pattern should be more. I want the bigger dashes over here. Okay, so we will get that dash patterns. And one more thing that we are going to create is widget. And inside the widget, I'm writing build task. Okay, build task. Till now we did build add task. Now we are going to create build task. Okay. Now inside this build task, what I'm going to write, I'm going to write few things. That is return. Now it's going to return us what? It's going to return us a container. And that container will be having a padding first of all. Okay, so that padding, and the padding will be const as insets dot all. All will be having 15. Then it will be having a decoration. So decoration will be box decoration, and background color should be PG color. Okay, so PG color that we have not specified as of now, but we will specify. So with colors will be task list dot bg color. Okay, so what is the task list now? So that task list is, we have not initialized it as of now, so we have to tell them, okay, that what exactly are the task list and what all things stores in the task list. Okay, so what I'll do here is I have to head on to models. Now inside this model, I'll quickly click on add file, and inside the model I'll write task underscore model dot dart. Okay, so task model dot dart. Now inside that task model dot dart, I'm going to just import package flutter material dot dart, and I'm going to import that constant as well. Okay, now I'll write class and task. Okay, now after this, I'm going to define few things. Firstly, I need an icon data. Okay, icon data that should be given to me as an icon, and there should be a title, and there should be a color which will be background color as I have specified over there, bg color. Okay, so this is the color, and there is one more color that will be icon color, and one more color for the BTN color, like button color, or you can say the BTN color. Okay, so there will be one more color, and in the numbers, I'll ask whatever left, whatever task is left, and in the num, I'll do whatever tasks are done. Okay, and also I'm going to write bool is last. Okay, so I'll write bool is last, and then I'm going to write like this. Now, after this, I am going to initialize this task, which will be asking all these things as required. Okay, so I'll do what? I'll add on a question mark over like this. So, so that this will be null checked. Like if user does not tells us this value, it should throw us an error. Okay, this is what it will be looking like. So this dot is left. This dot is last equals to false. This we have to tell. Now, after writing this, I'm going to write static, like this, static. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to now return it, right? What we have to return that I'm going to specify. So we are going to return a list of tasks, okay? So we are going to return the list of tasks, which will be called as generate task that I have already written in the previous video, well, previous page, right? Now, inside this, we have created a generate task as well. C should be small. Yeah, that was the error that we were facing. Now, after writing this, we are going to return. So I'll write return, and return should give what? Return should give us some sections. So I'll write task. Now, inside this task, I'm going to specify. So we are going to specify icon as icons dot person rounded, like no person rounded like this. Okay, this is the icon. Then I'm going to write title should be personal, and then I'm going to write BG color. So BG color should be K blue. Okay, then why it's not important? K blue. Let me check. Again, another color should be K blue. Okay, so K blue. Then icon color should be K light blue. Okay, so it will be like BG color should be blue, and this should be dark, and here should be light. Okay, and now what we need BTN color. So BTN color should be K blue. Where is the blue? Default blue. So okay, now after this I have to write left. So value of left is 5 and done is 3, and is last is false. Okay, so this is the model that we are going to create. Okay, and similarly, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write 4 more. So it should go all the way. So copy, comma, paste, comma, paste, paste. So, okay, so it's not pasting yet. How many it's done? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do 1, 5. Okay, so we have pasted it 5 times. Now what it's throwing an error? Body function body must be provided. Okay, so let me check. Firstly, this S will be small. Yeah. Now format. So it's formatted, right? Prospect.yml also does not have any changes. Now in the tasks.dart file. Okay, so for this, we have to do some changes. So I'll write task So I'll write task list, task list. Okay, so inside this, now we have created the model. Now what I have to do here is we have to call that model into this file. Okay, so I'm going to call import, then package, then Flutter. Then inside the Flutter, not Flutter, inside TMS, I'm going to, inside this, I'm going to write task. Which one is this? It's TMS, right? TMS, and inside the TMS, I'm going to write models. And inside the models, we are going to write tasks dot task model dot. Let me check. Okay, it's here, right? So I'll cut and it should go all the way into the models. Like this, it will not throw me that error. Yeah. So now that tasks will not show me that error, and I'll write task list. I don't know why it's not taking in. It should take actually. Inside this task, I have to firstly specify the list. Okay, so what all list we are going to generate or what all list we will be using. So for that, what we need, firstly, I created this one dotted border, then I am creating a list. Okay, so for that, it should take two things. So task should be task list. Okay, and also there should be one more thing that is build context. Okay, build context should be context. Okay, so this both things should be taken by this widget, and this widget then this widget should give us the particular return. Okay, so it should be task list dot bg color. So task list dot bg color should be taken over here. Then border radius should be little less, that is 10 pixels. And after this decoration, we should head over here and I should write child. And inside the child, we are going to take a column. Okay. Now inside this column, I'll write one more thing, that is cross-axis alignment. So cross-axis alignment should be from the start. Okay. So we are going to take this alignment from the start. Firstly, let me initialize a list so that you will get to see the output, right? Then only we can check whether the code is working or not. So task list, and we should give them the index, and we have to tell them that whether it's is last or not. If we have is last, that is false, then item count should not be given over here. Yeah. So if is last is true, then we have to give build add task, or if it's false, then we have to return build task. Okay. And where we are getting an error, we are getting an error. Now it's fine, right? Okay, let me reload it. It's not reloaded. Okay, because maybe we have not returned anything over here. Yeah. So I'll head over to this part, and this in this part, I'll initialize this first one as true. Okay. And as soon as I did this, if I'll hit on run, then technically it should work. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. True. So format document over here as well, and write format document. Then yeah, it should work. I'll just close this and let's do one thing. Let's restart the server. Hmm. Server is getting restarted and you can see we are going to, our app is started, but we are not getting any output over here. Why? Because I have not called out this task over here. I have to call this task, not this task actually. I have to call this as tasks.dart. Now if I'll run it, okay, so it's throwing me an error. Range not inclusive. Okay, so range error. We have got some range error over here. What is the range error? Index. Okay, we have to specify the invalid value, not an inclusive range 0,475. Okay. So let me go back to this grid viewer and we have to check the range. So let me go to model. We have created five, right? And now inside this task, I'm going to write. Now it will be more easy to understand over here. Now inside this, what all things we have error of. Okay, so we are getting this column which we have to create more data of. So inside this column, I'll just do what I'll just copy this build task. Yeah. So I have done what here is I have just imported my code from that because it was a really big code to type. So I'll do what I'll write it down over here and I'll explain you each and everything. So I'll write PG color. Similarly, I'll write icon color. And yeah, so here we have some of the changes that we have to do. So inside this row, for now, I'll just remove this. Okay, and I'll hit on format and we'll see what this error is particular. So it's showing me this error that if this particular is last function is not working, then we have to do some changes over here. So we are getting this error of the list index. And for index, you have to go to this list and we have to specify. Okay. So for this, I have to go to item count. Inside this, we have to specify item count as well, right? So item count should be task list dot items. So see, we have how many? Four tasks, right? Five items is there. Now inside this, what error it's throwing? If I'll reload now, maybe now it should work. Yeah. So you can see now it's working. We have specified the task item counter. So now it's working. So you can see we are getting some data, but it's still not look that good as we needed it to be. Right. So I'll firstly go to the models.dart and I'll hit this one as true. And I'll change all these to false. And this one as well. and I'll hit on reload. So yeah, you can see we have got the four things. Inside this, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to head over back to models and we need to add more details. So I'll write work over here. Okay, so now inside this work, instead of person rounded, I'll write work, and instead of this blue light, I'll write yellow light. Blue dark will be yellow dark, and blue will be yellow. And left will be 1, and that will be 4. Like this, we'll do all the changes. Okay, so I'll write health, and health will be denoted by favorite, favorite, rounded. Okay, and this one should be what? This one should be red, red lights, and this one should be red dark, and this one will be red. Okay, now tasks are left 2 and done will be 6 or whatever. Now if I'll reload, you can see that our color has been changed, right? Yellow, red, and you can add more colors into this person. Let me do what? Let me delete this one and I'll reload. So now you can see that we are getting that same old, person look and as well. Now what I have to do here is we have to modify it more. We have to make it look more, good. So what I'll do here is I'll close this one. Okay. And I'll head back to the code and I'll start doing some changes in this code. Now with what all things we have to do. Huh. Inside this code, let me go little down. We have, okay, so this one is done. Build section is done. Then build add widget, then build add task is also done. Okay. So build add task, build task. Now we have to do what? We have to create one more, text button, which was having some text and, which will look better because in the row we have to create some icon color as well, right? Tasks done or not, how many tasks are left and how many tasks are done. So for that, what I'll do here is I'll come back here and I'll create a row because that should be represented in a row of every single child, right? So it should look like this. If I'll hit reload, so yeah, you can see now it's showing 5 tasks left, 3 done, 1 left, 4 done, but still it's not looking that good. So let me do what? Let me come down here and we'll write a widget and I'll write PYLD task status. Okay, and that will take 4 things. That is color. So I'll give them the VG color and then color. So I'll give them the text color, TXT color. Okay, and there will be one string that will be having that TXT. Okay. Now after this, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to return few things. So it's going to return a container, and that container will be first of all having some padding. Okay. It should look exactly like this. So I'll have some padding. So padding should be more from horizontal and little bit more from vertical. And box decoration should be color will be background color, which we will specify. And border radius should be 15 and the size should be perfect. Right? This is what we are going to use. So we'll come back over here inside this row and here inside this row, instead of writing this text, okay, we are going to write build at task status. So background color will be task list dot task list dot btn color. Whatever will be the btn color in that particular task list, that we will use it over here, and it should be null checked. That means it should not have null values. And I'll write task list dot again icon color, and that should be also null checked. And then I have the txt. So that will be what? It will be in the form of dollar task list dot left. Okay, so this is what we are going to use, and we are going to write left as well, right? Yeah, this is how much you have to do. Yeah. Now, similarly, right after this, I'll give some padding like 5, and will again write this instead of this particular text file. Paste. But now in this, instead of taking the color, I'll write stay whites. And also here in this, instead of writing left, I'll just write done. So whatever task has been done will be called out. Okay. So I'll reload the code, and let me check. Maybe we are getting some errors. No, it's fine, right? Format document, and over here as well, format document. Yeah, so I'll do what? I'll reload, restart the code. So now you can see that we are getting some of the colors right over there that we are calling from the box, but you can see that it's not looking that good. So what I'll do here is I'll change the color, BG color, to something else. Okay, so instead of this, I'll change the color to something else. Like what can I do? I can specify some light color over here. So instead of this BTN color, I'll write K dark. Let me check K dark whether it looks good. No, it's not looking good. So I'll write colors dot gray. Okay, so gray will look fine. Will gray look fine? Okay, let me check. Yeah, gray looks kind of better actually. K 200. Yeah, kind of it's looking fine, but yeah. So you can see that color coding is also fine. We are getting the colors, but instead of this icon color, I'll highlight it to median color. Okay, so median color, and I'll hit reload. Yeah, it's not looking good. Icon color should look fine. Yeah, it's fine. Instead of gray, I'll write white, but a little yeah, white. Yeah, it's like kind of color, same color, of combination, whatever. So yeah, you can see that this is the basic layout that we have done, right? So I hope you understood each and everything that we have done so far. If you have any sort of doubts and queries, then do comment out. And if you are liking this series, then do like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss an upcoming video, right? This was pretty much it for this video. And I will see you in another one. Till then, bye bye. And I am even updating the code in my GitHub. So you guys can go to the GitHub and you can take it from there, about 2409. And if you have any queries, then yeah, these are the particular URLs you can contact me there. Right. So this was pretty much it for this video. And I will see you in another one. Till then, see you. Have a great day and